Some of the best minds in the world bringing you some of the best knowledge on TRS Clips. One last question for you, and this is the highlight of this particular episode. We spoke about bio-individuality, which means that everyone kind of requires different foods and different, maybe nuanced lifestyle factors that suit their bodies the best, whether their goals are weight loss or weight gain. But if I had to kind of bracket out a Luke Coutinho diet in terms of just some things that should be going into every single human body, irrespective of race, sex, creed, etc., etc. Just all the variables in humanity. What are those common kind of food items or habits? And I'd love for you to give me this in a diet form so that people understand very easily. Like right from the time you wake up to the time you sleep, what are some general essentials? And you could even say, okay, protein portion or carb portion.
Okay. So I'm not going to use the word diet because I call it an ecosystem of food.
Sure.
Because if I'm fasting, I'm starting my day at 12 o'clock. I miss my breakfast. The point is, in a day, the way we want to look at it is, what does the human body need to survive and thrive? Whether I'm having breakfast or not, whether I'm having dinner or not. As long as I give my body these micronutrients, it's happy, it's going to protect us, its intelligence is going to be trained well to protect us and keep us surviving. So I need colors. Colors. Where will I get colors? Fruits and vegetables. Again, quality and quantity is everything. Bio-individual. I can't give you a portion size.
Do fruit and vegetable peels contain a lot of...
Absolutely. Absolutely. But again, I want to know my source. If I'm going to eat peels, okay, if I have cancer, I'm not going to do peels because if there are pesticides, infection. If I am supporting ethical farming and getting my fruits and vegetables, I'm going to have the peel. I'm definitely going to have the peel. So again, there's always that to look at, quality and quantity. So I can get all of my colors, which are my polyphenols, my flavonoids, my anthocyanins, which the human brain, body, everything needs from my fruits, from my vegetables, from my nuts, and from my seeds. I don't have to go expensive on this. Simple watermelon seeds, which are cheap, can give me that. Flax seeds. And then we can go expensive with Brazil nuts and all. But I'm saying you take nuts and seeds. Can I get a portion of that? My good fats. Is it coming from one saturated source like a coconut oil or a pure ghee or an avocado oil? And my polyunsaturated, which I will find if I'm having 2 meals out of my home. You'll have enough of the polyunsaturated. And my monounsaturateds, which are my olive oils. Okay, fantastic for my brain, everything, immunity. So I want my fats. Now my proteins, if you're vegetarian, you're going to get it from your legumes, you're going to get it from your lentils, you're going to get it from your nuts and your seeds, and your dairy, which is ethical and hopefully ethical because you don't want all the estrogen and the hormones in it. If I'm non-vegetarian, I'm going to get it from my ethically sourced meats, my fish, my eggs. That's what I'm looking at this way. Now my fiber is going to come from my vegetables and my fruits. My protein from those sources. My carbohydrates, can I have it? Absolutely, yes. Comes from my whole grains. My ancient grains, like my amaranths, my jowar, my bajras. Wheat suits you, go ahead and do it. Like wheat doesn't suit me, it makes me more hungry. Okay, because of the gliadin and the opiate receptors. But for some people, it's great.
Is it true that soil quality, especially in India, is depleted so much that the wheat we consume today is...
Absolutely.
Okay.
All over the world. Everything, not just
world.
wheat. Even spinach. If you say, oh, wow, I'm getting X amount of iron in the spinach, make it half.
And this is because of pollution.
Soil depletion. It's because of the overuse of land. Okay, use of fertilizers, growing crops which only produce money. You don't have biodiversity amongst crops growing and stuff. All of that has, but it's changing. And soil can change if people change the way they farm. So that can change and that will boost nutrients automatically in the foods that we eat.
Okay.
So these are the things. This is what I want. I want hydration. I want my water coming in. If sugar's coming in, again, it's got to be in small quantities. I can't have a sedentary lifestyle and have too much of sugar. I'm not burning it. If I want a cup of chai with a teaspoon of sugar, I'm an active person. I'm going to burn that teaspoon of sugar in 10 minutes. But if I'm a sedentary person, even that 1 teaspoon of sugar can cause problems. So when I look at food, I want to look at diversity and especially the country that you live in.
Yeah.
What does India grow? Okay, so if it's growing mangoes in summer, it's a great fruit for you in the summer. But now people hold on to mangoes and freeze it and they want to have it through the winters. The point is you can do it. But it was as nutritious as the time it was grown for you. So this is what a diet should look for all of us. Now, break it down to your bio-individuality, but most people are only going on macros. Low protein, high carb, high carb. Talk about micro deficiencies. And that is where your colors and everything that we spoke about comes in. And all the foods I mentioned, now you can extract superfoods. So pure ghee, saturated fat, superfood. Coconut oil, pure. Is a saturated fat, it's a superfood. Okay, your moringas, your green leafy vegetables, superfood again. Your pistachios, nut family, superfood again. So a superfood is a superfood when it has micronutrients at a high level and that can suffice different functions in the human body.
Mr. Luke Coutinho, we're at the end of this episode.
Thank you.
We have to move into a much heavier episode. That's why I'm not going to give an all-out conclusion on this one. All I'll say is health and diet and movement. These are subjects that you need to keep revisiting over the course of your life, because I'm sure you're one of the world's most renowned health professionals, and even you're a lifelong learner.
Yeah.
Even you revisit concepts that you studied, say in your 20s or in your early 30s.
Yeah, and we're constantly learning.
Yeah.
Because I may say pistachios are great, but then sometimes we learn that too much of it for this particular patient is not a good thing because it's got zeaxanthin and it doesn't go well with your drug. So we are always learning. Learning.
Yeah. But in saying that, physical health is governed by some mathematical flag posts as well. And people need to learn the math early on. And of course, the math is different for everyone's bodies.
Yeah.
But you've got to keep experimenting with the healthy foods and figure out what works for you.
Absolutely.
Maybe bio-individuality is the theme of this particular episode. Thank you for watching this clip. If you want to learn more about this topic, we've curated a playlist just for you. And here's a link to the whole episode.